human history, there are worlds of mystery that summon us to explore, to discover their secrets and the marvels they hold. From the towering majesty of Mount Kailash, the abode of Lord Shiva, to the intricate carvings of the Ellora Caves, bearing proof to the ancient artistry and devotion of past generations. Across time, through history, a lost civilization still resonates. From the mystery of Mohenjo Daro to the Setu Bridge, a symbol of faith and the triumph of good over evil. Within the verses of the Bhagavad Gita, we find the teachings of Lord Krishna and an array of weapons to rival any science fiction blockbuster. Each of these wonders, each of these stories is a thread in the rich tapestry of Hindu spirituality and history. We are merely scratching the surface. Welcome to Saturday Morning Seance. Let's ramble on through the sublime and the sacred, where the past meets the present. In the state of Tamil Nadu, southeastern India, is a shrine that is unlike any other on earth. Near the 15th century Tremaine fort, it wasn't known that it was a shrine until an earthquake revealed it centuries ago, dislodging a door that was seamlessly cut into the rock, concealing the shrine for thousands of years. The door to the shrine stands some 11 feet from the ground and can only be accessed by stairs. The shrine itself has been formed by hollowing out the egg-shaped boulder, except for a sacred lingam which rises from the floor of the chamber and is actually made from the floor of the boulder itself. Engineers can't describe how this was achieved with primitive tools thousands of years ago, but ancient technologists echo what the yogis say is true, that the shrine is where Lord Shiva descended to earth in his cosmic craft, and the shrine is a memorial to the event taking place. In Hampi, India, there is a temple complex called Virupaksha. Not just a temple, but the world's biggest camera. And what's more is it is ancient. Historians tell us that photography was invented by the French in 1822, and the Arab scientist Al-Hazen created the first camera obscura in the 9th century. But these dates are wrong. Between 2 and 6 p.m. at the opposite end of the Virupaksha temple, the 160-foot golden tower is projected onto the back wall of the room that is bathed in golden light through a 1-foot wide window. The distance had to be calculated precisely. The temple of Virupaksha predates what we are told by historians. The Vedic scientists got there first. It's the birthplace of 4 of the world's religions: Hinduism, Jainism, Buddhism and Taoism. Mount Kailash, considered by millions as the spiritual centre of the universe. Religious pilgrims still walk a 32-mile circular route carved at the mountain's base as a holy ritual, and have done for thousands of years. A place to connect with the gods. Hindus believe it to be the dwelling place of Lord Shiva. Jainism connects it to the first perfect man, Rishava, and the Tibetans believe it to be the home of the sky goddess. It's also subject to many stranger theories too, such as being operated by the gods, creating some kind of energy, not just spiritual energy, but nuclear power. Could the devastation seen at Mohenjo Daro be a result of a nuclear event originating at Mount Kailash? In 1922, the Indian Archaeological Survey discovered the remnants of the largest city of the Indus Valley civilization, Mohenjo Daro. Artifacts recovered along with the architecture indicates it was a metropolis and flourished 4,600 years ago. They also found something unexpected and unsettling. The remains told a puzzling story. Radioactive ash was found along with radioactive human remains, which were scattered across the streets, and artifacts like ceramics that had been melted. It looks like a sudden atomic event, destroying the city and killing everyone. How can we be so sure? Well, we've seen it before, more recently. India, probably the most mysterious and intriguing place on the planet. There are many incredible sights across this breathtaking subcontinent, and one of the most mysterious are the Vimanas, written of in the ancient Vedic texts as transportation for the gods to travel to the earthly plane. They are described as being able to cloak into invisibility, travel at the speed of thought, and have powerful weapons that can destroy mountains. Sounds like a sci-fi blockbuster. The Vedas describe Vimanas as being powered by Mercury. NASA plan to use the same tech for ion thruster propulsion systems, using solar energy to charge Mercury particles that are vented from the rear of the spacecraft, thrusting it forward. Tests done in wind tunnels at the University of California on Vimana models constructed from descriptions in the Vedas have shown conclusively that they were designed to fly. India, so mysterious. There are many incredible temples in the world, but the Vitthala Temple in the Vijayanagara complex in Hampi is not only a masterpiece of Hindu architecture, but unique, for here you can communicate with the gods like nowhere else on earth. The Ranga Mandapa Pavilion is constructed using many pillars. You will find compound pillars carved from granite, but when struck, emit a haunting musical sound. The 56 pillars are tuned to notes of the sarigama, the ancient Sanskrit musical scale and the basis of Hindi music today. Scientific inspection of the pillars has shown that they are not just regular granite, but a geopolymer containing metallic alloys, not invented until the 1950s. So, not only beautiful, mystical and magical, but probably the world's largest musical instrument. And let's face it, who wouldn't like to chat with Lord Vishnu? In the heart of India, the Ellora Caves stand as yet more proof to ancient artistry and religious devotion. Among these awe-inspiring wonders, none captivates the imagination more than Cave 16. The spectacular Kyasha Temple. Its attraction lies not only in its architectural brilliance, but also in the intriguing passageways that lie hidden beneath it, shrouding the site in a mysterious aura that has fascinated explorers and scholars for centuries. Carved into the basalt rock of the Chirandri Hills, Cave 16 boasts an unparalleled grandeur. The biggest megalith in human history. Hewn from a single rock, the Kyasha Temple appears as if it was conjured by the divine. To put it into perspective, the Parthenon is less than 50 foot. Kyasha Temple is 100 foot from top to bottom, and 400,000 tons of rock were removed to make it. And there is no evidence anywhere of where they put those thousands of tons of rock. It was said to be completed in 18 years, but this has been revised by engineering scholars to be more like a century, and it could have been made with more than mere chisels. In the Vedic texts, there is described a powerful celestial weapon used for the mining of precious stones, the Brahmastra, considered one of the most potent weapons in Hindu history. It could vaporize solid rock. Maybe a modified version was utilized here. The intricate carvings depict mythical beings, scenes from Hindu epics, and the divine abode of Lord Shiva, which lends credence to the legend that it was shaped by the gaze of Shiva's eye. Also, the mysteries extend to the passageways underneath the temple, leading to a labyrinthine network of tunnels whose purpose remains shrouded in obscurity. Some believe these passages served as private retreats for priests and scholars, while others speculate that they lead to an underground megastructure in Mount Kailash, or even their involvement in ancient rituals and mysteries, which all evoke a sense of wonder. Many of the passageways are only 1 foot wide and hundreds of feet long, which suggest they were not made by conventional carving techniques either. genesis of these architectural marvels can be traced back to the 8th and 9th centuries, when dynasties like the Rashtrakutas and Chalukyas held sway over the region. Their patrons and skilled artisans worked tirelessly to create an edifice that would stand the test of time. And stand the test of time it has. Today, Cave 16 continues to beckon travellers, historians and the spiritually curious, so they can see the convergence of human ingenuity and religious veneration. The Kyasha Temple remains profound proof to human potential and continues to inspire wonder and reverence in the modern world. This truly is a world wonder. Rama Setu Bridge has been called lots of things by mainstream science, such as a chain of shoals, an extinct coral reef, a sandbar, and even just a narrow strip of land. There's no consensus. However, the Hindus know, and there's evidence to support it. As written in the epic Ramayana, it's a bridge built by Lord Rama and his army of monkeys to rescue his wife Sita from the demon king Ravana. NASA satellite images show a chain of submerged objects between Sri Lanka and India, 30 miles long. And this is where it gets weird. The sandbar is natural, but what's on top isn't. There are stones that haven't been eroded away. They've been placed there. Geologists dated the stone, and curiously, the rocks on top of the sand predate the sand. So the rocks are 7,000 years old and the sand is 4,000 years old. So it's man-made. But let's say it's monkey-made, shall we? Epics are full of tales of valour, divine intervention, and epic battles that showcase the use of extraordinary weapons. There are numerous descriptions found throughout the Mahabharata. For instance, Vishnu had a heat-seeking missile. All in all, 46 different types of weapons are described, the most powerful of which seems to be the Brahmastra, a weapon of last resort capable of destroying the entire universe. In Cambodia, Priya Pisnikar, a master craftsman thought to be the architect of Angkor Wat, made a sword entirely out of light as a result of being taken to the sky world, which made him invincible in battle. A sword made entirely of light. That sounds familiar. Welcome to the Goa Gajah Elephant Cave Temple in Bali, where legends echo through time. The mouth of the cave, carved by the fingernail of the giant Kiboiwa. In the heart of this historic sanctuary is where Hindu and Buddhist influences blend. On entering the cave, you are presented with a pool with Hindu angels and relics and adorned with ancient carvings. Some say the cave is the earth goddess's womb, a symbol of fertility and creation. Whatever impression it makes, it is a realm where the peculiar meets the divine. The 7,000-year-old Sanskrit epic, the Ramayana, tells of the king of Kiskindha, Sugriva, describing an ancient land to the east with a golden sign on the side of a mountain made by Indra that looks like a palm with 3 branches. Could this refer to the massive geoglyph on the coast of Peru at Paracas? Viracocha is the Inca god of the heavens. In India, Indra is responsible for the heavens. Viracocha is the deity responsible for rain, rainbows and lightning. So is Indra, and both wield a weapon that creates thunderbolts. It's called the Vajra in Hindi and resembles a trident. So the question arises, is the Incan civilization from ancient India? Come on, even their temples look the same.
The world would not be the same. A few people laughed. A few people cried. Most people were silent. I remembered the from the Hindu scripture, the Bhagavad Gita. Vishnu is trying to persuade the prince that he should do his duty, and to impress him takes on his multi-armed form and says, "Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds." I suppose we all thought that one way or another.
Thanks for watching this compilation of one of the world's oldest and most profound belief systems. If you enjoyed the content, please like and subscribe.